Look in his pocket with a magnifying glass.
Son of a bitch stole my idea.
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. Yes, this title is correct. The information I'm giving you is correct. There is a female Back to the Future movie in the works. Yeah, you know what I think sounds really amazing. I know there's already people boiling up, getting angry, typing away, smashing that dislike button. Come on now, give it a chance. What I'm going to be doing here for you guys is breaking down all the details concerning this movie that I wish I could say the title of. Maybe I could say it just once and YouTube will be okay. Bitch to the Future. Samuel Jackson should be here to help me out with that, man. That is the real title of this movie. I'm going to be breaking down the plot of it, who it's being made by, and why I think it's pretty exciting. But I want to hear from you Back to the Future fans down below. What do you think of the concept for this movie? Are you all up for something like this happening? I know Back to the Future fans get really upset and angry if you try to bring up some sort of remake, reboot, or anything involving Back to the Future. But I think in this case, once you see all the details, you're like, alright, you know what? I'll give it a chance. As well as don't be forgetting to hit that like button, man. We gotta beat them dislikers, alright? Don't you touch my dislike button. Alright, so the movie in question that I'm just gonna refer to now as Betty to the Future, because maybe the main character can be named Betty, okay? But that doesn't mean if you're named Betty, you're a... That's not what I mean at all. Except if you're my second grade teacher, then oh, Betty? I came across this movie when I was going ahead and digging around for movie news for you guys, seeing what's up and coming, what's in the works, and I found this on a production grid, because right away, the title not only surprised me, but once I read the plot, I was like, oh, I want this in my life. The plot for Betty to the Future goes as, when a very, very, very mature 22-year-old young woman accidentally goes back in time, she realizes this is her one chance to stop someone from ever being born. Her much older boyfriend's popular 15-year-old daughter. And that right there is basically the exact opposite of what the Back to the Future plot was. Marty McFly going back in time, accidentally splitting his parents up, and then doing his best to bring them back together so that him and his siblings could eventually be born. Essentially, Betty to the Future is a parody on Back to the Future that'll star a female character that'll hopefully be just a great homage and a little fun poking at the movie we love so much, Back to the Future. I mean, I think to myself that Back to the Future is such a holy grail of a movie. I know it's my favorite movie of all time, that I'm so surprised there hasn't been some sort of parody or making fun of film already. I mean, Star Wars has Spaceballs, Scream has Scary Movie, James Bond has Austin Powers. Like, where is my parody movie for Back to the Future? And right here it is. Another reason I'm pretty hyped up about this is because it's going to be the only Back to the Future like movie we're ever going to get, just because the creators of Back to the Future, Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis, have said endlessly that no, they're not going to remake the property, they're not going to make a fourth movie. Back to the Future is done, completed, and while I respect that, I am one of those individuals who says constantly, go ahead and give me a reboot or give me a sequel. Don't remake Back to the Future. What I mean by that is don't give me the exact same movie, just modernized. No, that's dumb and lazy. But if you give me a continuation of that world, hell yeah, I would love to see someone else ride around the DeLorean, someone traveling through time, messing stuff up, having Doc Brown pop up and cameo, Marty McFly just letting us know he's out there A-okay. In our lifetime, I do believe we are eventually going to get that fourth movie or a reboot, just because even though the creators of Back to the Future right now are alive and hold the rights and are the only reason we don't have this movie, we've seen countless times that once people die and those rights go to their estate, meaning their children or grandchildren, oh, they have no problem licensing out that property and making a movie out of it. So by the time I'm 50 or 40, I think we're getting that Back to the Future movie. Sorry, Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale. But getting back to Bitch to the Future, like, come on, that title right there, if you saw that on a poster, you'd want to buy a ticket just to see that. That's such a ballsy title that I don't even know if they're going to keep that as the title. This is being written by Sieana East. She's a female comedian, and I actually went ahead and reached out to her to see if she can give me any additional information about this Back to the Future movie, because I just have so many questions. So I did slide into her DMs trying to get some info just for you guys, but this is all I was able to get. She just said, sorry, things got hectic. Right now, I really don't have anything I can say, but thank you for being excited and reaching out. I mean, some of the stuff I wanted to ask her is like, how much of it is going to be closely looked at like Back to the Future? Since this is a parody, you can get away with a lot. Are you going to be bringing in some sort of DeLorean or a car as your time machine? Is this movie going to have its own version of a Biff? Are you going to have a Doc Brown in there? Please tell me you'll have some great chase sequences out there of riding at least some sort of skateboard. Also, this story, man, like, who could they even get to be the main lead character of the girl who goes back in time? There's tons of people that come to my mind that it could be. Haley Steinfeld would be awesome in there. She would kind of be my pick. I can see see her as a female Marty McFly, but just the level of comedy you have right there to sabotage the birth of somebody, which is her future boyfriend's daughter that I'm assuming they just don't get along with, so maybe that's her version of a Biff, this teenage girl. This movie's being made by the Gotham Group. They're the one producing this film. The most credible thing that they have to their names is making all the Maze Runner movies. I just really hate that there's gonna be a lot of people out there that hear the words female, Back to the Future, go absolutely ballistic, insane, so mad, but really with a premise like this, trying to poke fun at it, have a little laugh with the franchise, while also being appreciative of it, like, come on, how could this not sound fun? But I want to hear from you Back to the Future fans. You hear of something like this being made, does it excite you? Would you be willing to watch this parody of Back to the Future? Also, let me know if you'd be all up for a fourth movie or some sort of remake or reboot of the franchise. Anything and everything, you guys go ahead and leave your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.